Hey, are you Facebook Live yet?
Just went live.
Okay.
Or ownership of this station.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Sure. Oh, I probably need to turn me up just a little bit. There we go. Tom's always screaming into the microphone.
Get ready. The guy that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Jason Bible.
Hot mics.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Today we're talking about real action. And why are we talking about real action today? Because today's the first day of the weekend retreat. We had some poor guy who was sitting here signing checks that showed up, and he's like, hey. And I said, hey, what's up? I didn't recognize him. He goes, hey, where's the retreat? I said, well, it's not here in this office. He says, it's down the street at the hotel. So he's like, oh, man. I don't know if I'm going to make it by 9. I said, it's like 7 minutes from here, so just get on I-10 and truck it over there. He said, okay, great. So jumps in his car and heads over there. Anyway, so today's first day of the weekend retreat. And I've been on this theme lately of real action. If you're in Houston and you're not investing in single-family real estate, you are missing the boat. There is a huge opportunity here. And actually, the city needs us as real estate investors. Let me give you some numbers. I've been batting these numbers around. I was at the Redneck Country Club Wednesday night with a couple of guys, and we're putting on an event. There were 200, according to news reports, 266,000 houses that were impacted by Hurricane Harvey. 266,000. There are a total of about 120,000 houses a year that get sold on and off MLS. It's about 7,000 or 8,000, somewhere between 6,000 and 8,000 get sold on MLS. The rest get sold off MLS. For those of you in Houston, our MLS is called HAR. So about 10,000 houses a month. That's 120,000 houses. We had 260,000 houses that were impacted by Hurricane Harvey. That's about 2.5 years, 2.25 years of inventory that was impacted by Hurricane Harvey. Think about that for a second. If even 10% of those houses, that's 26,000, ended up on the market, it's going to have an enormous impact. A huge impact. Or as Donald Trump says, huge. Have a huge impact. You can bet your dollars to donuts that there will be declines in certain neighborhoods. There is no doubt about that. It's just a fact. In fact, I was listening to a buddy of mine, Robert, who runs JB Fund Services. If you guys are looking for a passive way to invest in real estate, they do it with funds. jbfundservices.com. But I was listening to Robert's Facebook Live from, I think it was from last night or this morning. And he does a lot of investing in New Jersey. He's got funds all over the country. And he's been investing in New Jersey for 5 or 6 years now. And he's still buying houses that were boarded up and demoed, sheetrock demoed and all that from Hurricane Sandy. That was 5 or 6 years ago. Now, Houston's a whole completely different animal than what happened. I shouldn't even call it Hurricane Sandy. They call it Superstorm Sandy because it was just a regular storm. It wasn't even a tropical depression, I think, by the time it hit New Jersey. But in any case, so they're still buying houses out there 5, 6 years later. We're going to have the same thing here in Houston. We have 266,000 houses that were impacted by the storm. What do you think? Where do you think that inventory is going to go? Here's a lot of the conversations we're having with homeowners right now. I'm waiting for my insurance check. Well, thank God you had insurance. And they go, yeah, Whew. Thank God. The other group of folks we're talking to are people that don't have insurance, but they also don't have a mortgage. Hey, I didn't have insurance. I don't know what I'm going to do, but thank God I didn't have a mortgage. And then the other group of people, which, by the way, are most Houstonians, I didn't have insurance and I got a mortgage. And after my house was underwater, now literally my mortgage is underwater. We're having a lot of those conversations with homeowners. And they're asking us, what do we do? And really, their only option is a short sale. And we specialize in that type of stuff, so it's something we help homeowners with. But that's a lot of the conversations we're having with sellers. We're buying flood houses. We're actively looking at flood houses, purchasing those houses. If you've got one, just go to HoustonHouseBuyers.com. That's our house buying company. We'll be happy to go out there and take a look at the house. But we're buying those houses. We're rebuilding Houston. When you really get right down to it, that's what investors are the ones that are going to have to step in. Because those 266,000 houses, they're not going to rebuild themselves. And a lot of those homeowners are not coming back. Heard a great quote Wednesday night. You know why there's still sheetrock at Home Depot? Because most people haven't gotten their insurance checks yet. And I thought, that is brilliant, because he's right. How many of y'all, raise your hands, out there in Radio Land, unless you're driving, raise your hands if you don't even know what you're getting for insurance yet. That includes us. We had a couple houses that got flooded. I have no clue what insurance is going to write a check for. I just know we're working with the adjuster. Talked to a lot of real estate investors the last week or so. They're telling me the same thing. We have no idea what we're getting from insurance. No clue. Talked to, we were at a happy hour Wednesday. Jennifer Hernandez, host of Legacy Mutual Mortgage, hosted a little happy hour for us in Houston House Buyers and Right Path and QPS. So we got together and I was chatting with some folks at the table whose houses got flooded. And I said, hey, you guys heard any word on your claim? I said, no, we check in every couple of days, and the adjuster's really nice, and you know, we're really respectful of the adjuster's time, because these adjusters are working 9,000 hours a week. I mean, if these guys get to sleep a few hours, that's a luxury. Every adjuster in the country is either here or in Florida, and Florida's still a disaster. We still don't have power in Florida. So most of those folks are here. And if you're working with an adjuster, just be real patient, because they're working with a lot of people right now. But in any case, they checked in and said, hey, what's going on? And he said, I don't, we don't know. We've submitted it. They've asked for some clarifications, but we don't know. So we're still in this waiting period. We're 8 weeks in, I think. Hurricane came in like the last weekend of August. So we still don't know what the insurance payout's going to be. And then if it's not enough, then what's the next step? So we're still very early in the recovery. Just because you don't see helicopters flying overhead and it's on the Weather Channel 24/7, this is very, very early stages. In fact, here is my prediction. I gave it yesterday on Facebook Live. If you're not following me on Facebook, or you're not following Right Path Real Estate on Facebook, you should be. Go to facebook.com/Right Path Real Estate. We put stuff up all day, every day. In fact, blog should hit the email here today. You guys will get an email if you're on our email list. New blog post coming out today. Absolutely love doing the blog. It's pretty hard hitting. I'll tell you that. You got a pretty thick skin when you read that blog. But in any case, let's go back to my big prediction. My big prediction is we're about to head into a 2008 event in certain neighborhoods in Houston. We're about to head headlong into an economic downturn in housing. demand really hasn't changed that much. I mean, some people are going to be looking for houses. However, there's going to be a glut of supply.
2 minutes.
There's going to be a lot of houses that pop onto the market. I think we're headed to a 2008-like event for the next somewhere between 18 and 36 months once it starts. And so somebody asked me, well, Jason, where are we at now? And I said, you know what? We're in 2007 right now. I wasn't in real estate in 2007, but based on the numbers I'm seeing, this feels like 2007. Prices are still pretty good. Most markets are kind of stabilized. There's some cracks in the facade. But things are changing. Things are changing. I'll tell you right now, the smart homeowners are selling now before prices decline.
1 minute.
If you've got a neighborhood that sells 30 houses a year, 2 or 3 a month, and all of a sudden 15 more houses show up in the market and 2/3 of those are flooded houses, what's the impact in that neighborhood? You're going to see a big reduction in prices. Big reduction. It's natural supply and demand. It's that simple. So what am I seeing out there? This is 2007 right now. We're about to head in 2008. When we get back from the break, we're going to talk about what you can do about that and real action, what that means. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Yeah, Michael, no Astros shirt because I got a,
Did you know that there are
I'm going to the weekend retreat. Although I thought about wearing my Astros jersey with my jacket.
Imagine if you could use someone's IRA.
Although I just saw Phil. Phil had his jersey on. I think he's going to the game
Quest
tonight.
IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service
blog just went out.
It's been helping investors since 2000.
Oh,
Noble
yeah.
Mortgage offers up to
Love-
100%
I'm gonna
financing
love
to
the hate
investors
mail.
that covers purchase.
That is
repairs,
seriously
and
my
closing
favorite part of the
costs.
week.
In addition to private
No,
money,
Jason, you're
Noble Mortgage
wrong.
offers
Okay,
conventional
well,
loans,
whatever.
FHA,
You
and
think so?
even
That's fine.
no income documentation
The
loans for
blog.
both
Let's see
residential and commercial
Got a little
properties.
pop-up
Call and
going.
ask
Let's
about
go
our
to blog.
5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com.
I'm getting a million
That's
texts.
noblemoney.com.
Let's
Our
see
team
what's
has over
going on.
50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100 or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly
All
general
right, 1 minute.
contractor for
Excellent.
your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business
All right, stand by.
Okay.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. You're going to call the show 713-785-1817. Or you can go to facebook.com/Right Path Real Estate. That's where the show's live. We'll take questions there as well. I know some people don't like calling in and asking questions, but you can do it there. And I won't even mention your name. I'll just read the question off. In any case, we're talking about real action. And I think right now we're in 2007. We're about to move into 2008 with a lot of property that's going to come out of inventory. Here's what's happened. We got a storm. A lot of houses impacted. Not only a lot, but historically, there's never been more houses that have been impacted by a storm. I'd have to go back and look when Galveston was wiped out in, I can't remember, was it the 20s? I'd have to go back and look. Galveston was literally almost wiped off the map. That may have been. It may not have been as many houses, but in modern time, modern era, there have not been this many houses that have been damaged by a storm in the state of Texas. 266,000. That's the guesstimate right now. And I'll tell you right now, these homeowners are not going to rebuild. Some are going to rebuild, but most of them aren't. They're just not. I mean, you got to think. Most homeowners think of your life. You're going to work. You got after-school activities with the kids. You got dinner time. You've got just enough time in the day to get all the things that you need to get done. And now you've got a house that needs to be rebuilt. Do you have time to manage that? No, you don't. So you either take that insurance check, pay off your mortgage, and sell your house, or if you didn't have insurance, you walk away. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're going to see over the next year. Now, mortgage companies have given homeowners, right now I'm seeing a 6 months, but essentially a 12-month forbearance. When we're talking to homeowners, there's a 6 month, and then you can take another 6 month extension. Here's the other thing about that moratorium, if you will, on mortgage payments. It's not just flooded houses. I want everybody to know that. I think some people miss this. It's not just flooded houses in Houston. If you were impacted by the storm, so that could be somebody whose job was impacted. All you got to do is fill out a form and send it to the mortgage company. So there's more than 266,000 houses out there that could be in foreclosure trouble starting around this time next year. So think about that for a second. We may have a year's worth of inventory that would go on the market as foreclosures, plus all of those flooded houses. We're talking about a lot of properties here. This is 2008 all over again, starting in 2018. And I'll tell you right now, as real estate investors, we've got to step in when homeowners step out. We got to step in and fix these neighborhoods. We got to step in so prices don't get too low and crush the values of all the folks that are living in that neighborhood. And our window is about 18 to 36 months. And 36 months might be long. If you go back and look at what happened in 2008, the market really recovered in about 2010. Huge crash in 2018 or 2008. And then about 18 to 24 months later, the market had stabilized and prices were going up. And then starting in 2012, that's when things got nuts. Prices started rising rapidly. In fact, nationwide, you look at DFW and look at Denver, 55% appreciation since 2012. DFW, you guys out there are seeing near 1% a month appreciation. That's like California wackiness out there. And Houston, we're going to see that again. It'll be 2020, 2021. You'll be at a networking event in 4 years from now. Be at a networking event, hanging around, enjoying the free adult beverage, chatting with another real estate investor. And if you didn't get in today, if you don't get in the next 6 months, here's what this conversation looks like. Gee, I wish I got into real estate in 2017 and 2018. I should have bought every single house I can get my hands on. I mean, the investors that build a lot of wealth, they do it right around these times when markets start to falter, when markets start to crash. You are going to see submarkets that are going to just drop like a rock. I mean, it's going to be insane. Now, is it going to be the sides of town like Memorial? Probably not. Is it going to be areas of Katy and Cypress? Yes. I can guarantee you that. That is absolutely what's going to happen. I know a lot of people that are not real estate investors and they want to upgrade. In other words, they want to go from Katy, Sugar Land, Cypress, and they want to move into a flooded house in Memorial. So I'm not worried about the Memorial side of town. I'm not worried about Piney Point. Those folks in Piney Point are going to rebuild all their houses anyways. But the Katy, Cypress, all those areas of town that are really the middle. I'll tell you the sides of town that I get worried about. Well, here's my prediction. If people are living in a house that was flooded by Hurricane Harvey, it's those neighborhoods that are going to be most impacted in the next 6 to 12 months. Why is that? Because those folks can't afford to live somewhere else. Case in point, drive through Memorial. So we buy a bunch of houses in Memorial. We bought 2 weeks ago. Flood houses. Our office is in 079, if you guys know where that's at. Right off the Beltway at I-10. We are on I-10. Our address is Katy Freeway. So back of our office, right behind our parking lot, is where Memorial starts. That section didn't flood, but if you go down to Memorial Drive, it's that south side of Memorial Drive. And I'll tell you, you drive through there, it's a ghost town. And why is that? Because those folks have the means to live somewhere else while their house is getting fixed, while they're fighting with the insurance company. You drive to other sides of town, there are people living in houses that are gutted. Why is that? They don't have the resources to move out of those homes. So what's going to happen? We know 90% of those people don't have flood insurance. So what's going to happen when a year from now, the mortgage company, the bank comes back and says, hey, Mr. Homeowner, you hadn't paid us in 12 months because the the moratorium on mortgages. And so we need a check. We need you to start writing that mortgage payment again. And the homeowner says, well, I didn't get any money from FEMA. My house wasn't insured for flood. And they didn't buy me out. In other words, the county didn't buy me out. And oh, by the way, that class action lawsuit didn't work either. Just a little FYI on the class action lawsuit. I was chatting with a buddy of mine who's seen this before. He's seen it in Louisiana and Florida. Minimum time frame on the class action lawsuits he's seen, 7 years. So let's fast forward 12 months from now. Homeowners sitting in their house, gutted for a year, living in a house they really can't live in. You really can't live in these things when they're gutted. I mean, you could sit there in the kitchen and see all the way to the other side of the house. I mean, you can't live in these things. Now their mortgage payment is due. By the way, they're going to re-amortize 12 months worth of payments.
2 minutes.
And your taxes are still due. Your HOA fees are still due. You still got to make your insurance payment. All that stuff is still due. They're going to re-amortize 12 months worth of payments, put it back into your mortgage. So they're going to have to play catch up, if you will. But now their house is gutted. What homeowner wants to stay in a house that is worth less than the mortgage and it needs to be rehabbed? You're going to see a mass exodus from some of these neighborhoods. It's just the simple truth. That's what's going to happen. The vast majority of Americans, the quote middle class, can't afford, they don't have the cash to rehab these houses. They don't have the cash to self-insure.
1 minute.
And I'm not talking about a $100,000 house. I'm talking about $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 houses. They don't have the money to fix these things. And the mortgage is more than what the house is worth. So what are they going to do? They're going to walk away. That's exactly what's going to happen. These neighborhoods are going to be ghost towns until investors can step in and get them fixed. We get back from the break, we're going to talk more about what investors can do to help your fellow Houstonians out. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Time is money in a real estate deal.
Yeah, Jeff, I totally agree with that. And I'll tell you that Colby's bought 3, if not 4, in Fleetwood. And he said, it's a ghost town, man. Memorial's a ghost town. We're doing a rehab. We had one flood out there during Harvey, and there's nobody there.
Buy and hold or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business.
The blog is out. I love it.
Properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Are small
30
returns
seconds.
getting in the way
Okay.
of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Let's get some questions during the break. Jason, how do we work with you? Real simple. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. You can sign up for our weekend retreat, which is this weekend, so you can't sign up for it started about 45 minutes ago. So next weekend retreat is in November. I don't have the date sitting in front of me. You can just go to Right Path Real Estate, hit our calendar. Or you can go to our next free event, which is this Thursday. Tom is going to be on stage talking about how to manage rehabs and how to estimate a rehab. It's a big hang-up for a lot of people. How much does it cost to fix a house? And we're going to talk a lot about flood houses because a lot of y'all are looking at flood houses. We're also going to talk about rehab in general. What's it cost per square foot? How to rehab to what level, all that stuff. So come on out. It's Thursday, 6 p.m. sharp. We have our vendor. We put on a vendor show. Every single one of our events, we do 2 a month. We have a whole room full of vendors that are specific to real estate. You can network with those people. You can get their business cards. You can talk about what they do. You know, they're just for us as real estate investors. They're great. So in any case, that's next Thursday. Got a note here. A buddy of mine said, Jeff said, hey, Fleetwood behind BP is a ghost town. So that's a neighborhood in Katy, if you're familiar with the BP campus on I-10. And he's right. I mean, it's folks with means are not living in these houses. They're either going to fix them or sell them. It's that simple. And they don't, I mean, it might be a stretch for most people, but if they didn't have flood insurance, they'll just end up selling them. But most Americans around the median home price. Median home price in Houston's $225, $235. DFW, it's like $255, $260, somewhere around there. And the folks that are around the median home price cannot afford to fix these houses. Trust me, they can't. Most Americans live paycheck to paycheck anyway, and most of these folks are not willing to take out of their retirement to fix their house. They're just not going to do it. So what's that mean for us as real estate investors? Well, first let's talk about what's that mean for the real estate market. We're about to see a lot of inventory hit the market. A lot. What's a lot? I have no idea, but a lot, a bunch. 266,000 houses impacted by Hurricane Harvey. Whether they took 6 inches of water or 6 feet, it doesn't really matter. You're going to see a ton of houses hit the market. And somebody asked me, well, Jason, how do you predict what markets are going to be first? I said, it's real simple. Are they living in those houses? Here's a situation. I would imagine, I put myself in somebody else's shoes. If I was in somebody else's shoes and I was living in one of these houses, a lot of the people who are in 2 stories, they've gutted the house 4 feet and below, and they're living in the 2nd floor. They're living essentially in a construction site. And how long do you think the spouses are going to put up with that? I mean, let's bring this down to a real level. Think, and I know some of y'all listen to this radio show. I know some of you guys got flooded, so you get this. But for all the folks that didn't get flooded, or those that are outside of Houston, think about this. You and your spouse, house is flooded. You live in a 2-story. You're living upstairs. Plastic sheeting, cutting off the 1st floor from the 2nd floor to keep the sheetrock dust from getting into the 2nd floor. Your 1st floor is a construction site. Now, think about those folks who have a 1-story house. I mean, they're living in a construction zone. Those folks are living it every single day. And then think about the unfortunate folks whose workplace also flooded. So they're living this awful flood event at work and at home. And then, of course, if their house got flooded, it's likely that their school got flooded. So their kids are dealing with this. So mom and dad are dealing with it. Kids are dealing with it. And it wears on you real quick. And you start looking around and go, man, I hope FEMA writes me a check. For those that are waiting on their insurance check, and I don't know when those checks are going to come. Some people have already gotten them. But it may be another 3-4 months. So they're living in a construction site for 6 months before they even get a check. And then it's going to take another 3, 4, 5, 6 months to rehab these things. And so mom and dad start looking at each other saying, you know what? Instead of rehabbing this thing, let's just pay it off, sell it, and move into another house that hasn't gotten flooded. Because you know what? If I've got the means, I am not doing this ever again. You think those people that got flooded are ever going to live in a house that's ever been flooded? I can tell you absolutely not. I've told this story before. Wife was down at the elementary school chatting with one of the new moms there. Hey, where'd you guys come from? Oh, we used to live in Ireland. Hurricane came and flooded our house for the 2nd time. And she said, what are you guys doing down here in Sugar Land? She said, my husband and I just put a contract on a house. We're going to go ahead and buy it, move in. Her section is 80% vacant. And she said, I don't feel safe there. What she's really saying is, we got the means to where we don't have to deal with this nonsense anymore. We're moving to a side of town that doesn't flood. And we don't care what it costs us because we're not doing it again. We actually had a guy after the last tax day flood calling the radio show a little over a year ago. And he had lifted his house. He built new construction. Built new construction, and his section flooded twice during the tax day floods. His house didn't flood. But he said, you know what? I've replaced $250,000 in cars. Imagine having to do insurance claim on your car every 12 months. That gets real old real fast. And if you've got the means, you just say, forget it, I'm not doing it ever again. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be a ton of these houses that hit the market. And, of course, the question is, what are they worth? And if you guys want to know what they're worth, go to our website, go to iTunes, listen to yesterday's show. Michelle Emler was on here from Next Gen Appraisals, and she'll give you her opinion on what the appraisers are doing. But what are these things worth? They're worth what somebody's willing to pay for them. Which is what? Who knows? One of the folks in our base camp group, Michael, made a mention on here. Hey, if Harvey decreased property values by 20% and they go back up to original price, that's about a 25% return. And he's right. Here's the deal. There's going to be the stigma of Harvey on these houses, the stench of Harvey on these houses for 4 or 5 years. And as long as they don't flood again for another 4 or 5 years, they're going to be worth more in a couple of years from now than they were worth before Harvey. In fact, I'll give you a little anecdotal evidence here. I was looking at houses that flooded during the tax day flood. I was looking at houses around $400,000. And what I did is I searched for the same address. In other words, the house was flooded, bought after the flood, rehabbed, then resold. And I'll tell you, over about a 13-month period, it almost went back to its pre-flood price. It was like 98% of its pre-flood price. So what's that tell me? These houses that were impacted by Harvey, it won't be 12 or 13 months. It might be 36 months. But those values will come back. It's just a matter of time. We say it right now in Houston that this was a rare event, one in a 1,000-year flood. However, that stigma is going to be around for a couple of years. We get through a couple of hurricane seasons, and then somebody says, "Oh yeah, it flooded during Harvey." Like, well, Harvey, that was like 1,000,000 years ago. They're not going to care. If it floods again, that's a whole different discussion.
2 minutes.
But I'll tell you, all these houses are going to be hit with that same stigma. There's going to be a lot of inventory on the market. But if you're a landlord, if you're going to rent these houses out, now is the time to get in. To get all in. Buy as many houses as you can get your hands on. It's going to be critical. We are in 2007 right now. Next year is going to be 2008, 2009. This is the opportunity to go in and buy houses at a really great discount.
1 minute.
And I'll tell you right now, it's not taking advantage of anybody. Because I'll tell you what, if you as a real estate investor don't step in, these neighborhoods will be vacant and security will be a big issue. They will turn into crime-ridden areas. That's why we've got to step in as investors, buy these things, fix them up, and get some renters or sell them and get some new homeowners in them. We're the recovery team. I hope everybody's got that. The real estate investor is the recovery team. Nobody else is going to do this. If a homeowner walks away, we're the backstop for the community. So real estate investors got to step up, buy some flooded houses, and get them fixed. We get back from the break, we're going to talk more about taking action and what to do for Hurricane Harvey houses. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Lights off.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property?
Well,
Then
yes,
call
I am.
Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you. Whether rehabbing houses, buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9%
Jason, we got
return
15
and up to a
seconds.
13%
Excellent.
Waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
All right, Jay, hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Now's the time, folks. Now's the time to get into real estate. Now's the time to start buying those houses, in particular rental properties. You want to build wealth, that's how you do it. There's two legs to the wealth building stool. It's a two-legged stool. It's a bipod. Income, meaning cash flow, and equity. That's it. Cash flow and equity. Those are the only ways to build wealth. And I'll tell you, the next 18 months is going to be critical in your wealth building career. Do you decide to build wealth with rental properties? Do you decide to flip some houses? Or are you going to decide to sit on the sidelines and watch as all of your friends, family, and fellow investors do it? Here's what I can tell you. We are in pre-season for a cataclysmic event in Houston in neighborhoods that were impacted by floods. We are right there. I'm telling you it's coming. It's absolutely coming. We'll be buying these houses for years, But to be able to get a whole lot of them, you're going to have to move quickly. Real action, and that's what today's theme of the show is. Real action, when you take real action, you're writing a check for with your time and money. That's what real action is. And I don't mean going to networking events. I mean making offers, meeting with wholesalers, meeting with real estate agents, meeting with homeowners. Real action. That's what this is going to require. But I'll tell you what, if you get real serious and know what you're doing, we train that way in Right Path. If you really know what you're doing,
2 minutes,
and you're working hard at it, you can build an incredible portfolio in the next 18 months. In fact, if you're pretty aggressive, depending on what your goals are, you can retire inside of 36 months easily. But you got to get serious right now. You've got to be at one of our events. You've got to get trained by people that know how to buy houses month over month over month. Tom loves to give this analogy. Everybody knows how to bake a cake, but not everybody knows how to build a bakery. Everybody knows how to flip a house. Watch one of those house flipping shows. It's not hard. However, can you build the house flipping business?
1 minute.
Can you build the landlord business? Can you build a wholesaling business? And I'm telling you, 97, 98, 99% of people, real estate investors, can't. One little change in the market, they're out of business. They're not buying houses. Not us. Not folks in Right Path. That's how we train people, is to build a business, build a bakery,
30
and
seconds.
just pump cakes out all day long. Go to rightpathrealestate.com if you want more information. Our calendar's on there for our next couple of events.
20 seconds.
I'm headed over to the weekend retreat. I'll see you guys Monday. Thanks for listening.
Go Stros. Go Stros.
Yeah, go Stros. Go Astros. Let's go, boys. We need a W. 2 W's. See you guys Monday. Thanks for listening.
All right, mic's off, Jay. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Bye.